Do you want a hot tub in your backyard? If so, it's not as simple as going to the store and saying, I want a hot tub, and having a hot tub in your yard the next day. There's quite an involved process you need to go through, from electrical to building a pad. I'm going to show you the entire process I went through from the beginning until now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in this project is we're going to cut these 4x4s so we can have a perfect square. We're going to cut 2 of these to be 82 inches, and we're going to cut 2 of these to be 89 inches to account for the 3.5 inch width of these 4x4s. These are pressure treated 4x4s. It's perfect, 89 exactly.
All right, good.
We're going to have an hour-long video on how to trim 4x4s. Okay, so I got this stuff called Outlast log oil, because you gotta seal the ends of these. Otherwise, what's the point of having sealed lumber if the ends aren't sealed? So since we cut these, we gotta seal them. They say to shake well. I'm shaking pretty well, I think. Then it says to paint on until the wood stops soaking it in, and then let it dry for 36 hours. So that's what we're gonna do. Get it good here. My next step is to take these back out, dig out, maybe a 4-inch trench a little bit deeper underneath all 4 of these, put in some 3/4 minus, and then compact a little bit, reset these in so that they're all set on 3/4 minus solid rock, and they won't move at all. If you have good grass like I do, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's decent, and you tear up big chunks of sod, somebody's going to want it, and they're going to want to use it. So a good way to do it, if you live in a busy metropolitan area like Portland or Seattle, and you have Craigslist, throw it on Craigslist, or offer up and say, free sod, come pick it up. I just tore it out yesterday. I did that, and within a couple hours I had multiple responses, and as you can see, all 4 piles of sod are gone. Okay, so I got some 3/4 minus, and I'm going to start putting it in these trenches around the edges until I get the boards right where I want them. Put this here.
It looks a little, it's lower.
I wanted it lower.
You want the grass lower?
No, this lower.
Yeah, because look where his toe is.
Are you gonna fill the whole entire thing with gravel?
Yes. Also, my dad is bringing over a tamper, so I'm gonna compact this as much as I can before I set the board on. Once I get all 4 boards in here perfectly level on compacted gravel, I will make sure they're all perfectly level all the way around, and then I will use these L brackets here to connect the corners on the inside with these I guess you call them lag bolts. What's the word? Oxidized, calcified, you know the word I'm talking about. We don't want them rusting, so those are the kind of lag bolts they are. Why can't I think of it? Nails that are galvanized, that's what I want. That's what I'm trying to get at, galvanized lag bolts so they don't rust. And then once I get these connected, these on, everything level, then I'll get a square out here and I'll square everything all up. Okay, so I put the gravel in, just kind of eyed it all, put the boards in, just eyeing everything. Look at the level, really close, and really close. So that's a good start. I'm gonna take these boards out now, I'm gonna tamp all the gravel down once my dad gets here with the tamper. Okay, what we're doing now is we're squaring up all the corners, make sure they're perfect. And then we're gonna put the L brackets on with the lag bolts. One thing we can do is, even after we have the L brackets on, we can still tweak this frame a little bit to make sure it's perfectly square. I don't have an attachment for my drill to do this, so we're gonna have to do it by hand 16 times, get these lag bolts in. Okay, so we got the L bracket in, and now we square it like that. We also got this L bracket in over here. Square it up, it looks really good. I was planning on driving some rebar through like this here, here, here. But I think it's overkill, and I don't think when we get this thing filled with gravel that this is going anywhere, right? Okay, so here's what I've accomplished today. I got these in, I got them level, I got them connected. The only thing I did wrong was on this one here when I pre-drilled the holes on the elbow bracket in this corner. The holes weren't quite right, and the boards have a little tiny gap right here, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. I got some 3/4 minus in here. I need maybe another inch of 3/4 minus in here. Next task is digging my 20-inch trench for the electrical. Okay, so I started my trench today. I marked the ground with a rope, and then I used that spade right there to cut out the sod on either side of the rope. And then I took the sod out, and I'm gonna save it so I can put it back in when I'm done. Here's the sod I cut out. I just set it over here on the side of my lawn. Hopefully it'll live for a month. I'm not getting my hot tub until November 4th, but I'll keep it wet, and I think it'll live. So 20 inches may not seem like much, but 20 inches is code for how deep the electrical wire has to be buried. That's about 20 inches right there. That is deep, folks. The stuff right under my grass is kind of sandy and loamy, so not too hard. But once you get down a little bit deep, whew, it gets bad. It's like, I think this was an old riverbed at some point, to be honest with you. There's what I dug out today, and that was just about 30-40 minutes of work. But okay, folks, so that's the end of day 3 of digging. I'm down about 20 inches where I'm supposed to be, to about here, maybe about 4 feet out from this. The next 10 feet or so, I'm maybe 12 to 16 inches. And then the last little bit, I'm about 8 inches, so I still have a long way to go. One thing I really like to do when I'm digging is, I like to, if I find a cool rock, I collect it, go to this hose, rinse it off, brush them off a little bit, and then I collect them. I have bucket loads of these rocks that I've collected from this yard and other places, and I'm gonna use them for decorative purposes someday. These are pretty cool, right? Lots of different colors and unique different kinds of things. So, like I said, I'm always on the lookout for these. Anything I can use for later, I keep it and I use it later. So, I'm done with my trench. There's the pile of dirt I've gotten out of it, and there's the rocks. A lot of rocks, folks. Okay, folks, if you notice, there is some conduit there. Yes, my electrician came out today and hooked things up. I'm very pleased with his work. There's the shutoff valve and the conduit going down into the trench in the ground. He did a very nice job. Nice and clean. As you can see, the conduit goes along the side of my house. So here's where the conduit comes out of the house, and it goes down. It runs along the edge of my house. The electrician even took the time to heat up and bend that piece of conduit instead of just forcing it over against the house. And then the conduit runs along the base of my house, right on top of the concrete, all the way along under my siding, all the way up into my trench. He tacked it to the concrete every 3 feet or so with these brackets. My only concern is that these are gonna rust. I should probably put some Rust-Oleum or something on them. And per Washington State Code, you are supposed to be able to see the shutoff valve from the hot tub, and you can't just see it on the side of the house there. It's just even with the top of the furnace there. I don't know if you can see it, just past the gutter. Okay, the hot tub just rolled in. These guys are gonna be bringing it back.
And approaching the drop off. 3, 2, 1.
Coming down in 3, 2, 1.
gonna stop right there.
Okay.
Chalked.
All right, so it looks like I did a pretty decent job with the pad. I'm kind of OCD, so I want it just perfect, and they got it on there pretty straight, and then I did a little bumping around to make it exactly perfect. But so this is an Artesian. I can't even really remember what the model number is, but I'm hoping we can use it tonight. I guess we'll find out.
When you go to fill it, call the water department, let them know you're filling up a hot tub and not just dumping the water back into the ground. They may cut you a deal.
Okay. And lift it up high. Try not to let it slam back, just more wear and tear on the brackets, you know.
Pressure, yeah, so you get more exposure.
So I got the hose in it now, and I'm filling her up. The tech who came out and installed the hot tub told me to fill it through the filter hole for 5 or 10 minutes to get all the air out, and then to fill it through the other filter hole for the rest of the time. So, okay, I've got it in the next filter hole, and so we'll just let it keep going here. I'm guessing maybe an hour. Okay, this is about 25-30 minutes so far. Okay, so it's nearly full. So the water, this thing is filling up, and the guys have left now. The electrician's gone, Haven is gone. I got this, I just want to demonstrate this because I need to figure out how to use it too, but this cover lifter here, it's real nice. Pretty easy to use. Drops down real easy, and then lifts up real easy as well. So, should be something that's pretty nice and easy for my wife to do. And then this kind of acts as a little privacy wall, which is kind of cool too. So I have these steps that go right here. And but what I plan on doing is making, extending the patio out to there with a nice level pad of, I don't know what I'm gonna do, flagstone, or I have no idea yet. It's percolating around in here. Now I'm gonna switch this on, and we should see power come on the panel. Things are going to start happening here soon. I don't know exactly what, but apparently it's got a sequence that it goes through and that it follows. Shut the lid on this thing and quit looking at it for a while. Let it heat up.
Oh.
So we just got in our hot tub for the first time.
Oh.
How does it feel, guys?
It's warm.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Evan, why are you still half out?
So I went ahead and bought some stone that matches this stone here, and I'm going to put a few stones down here. So I excavated this area in front of the hot tub. Now I'm putting down 5/8 minus. I'm going to level it out, tamp it down, and then I'm going to set these stones in there. Nothing fancy, just a place, you know, that's clean to walk onto the hot, to put the stairs and to walk onto the into the hot tub. So this should finish things up a little bit, and then in the future, you know, I'm kind of thinking I'd like to extend the patio out, but that's going to be down the road a ways.
Ooh, pretty good that way.
So I'm going to wrap this project up now. I've shown you everything from the beginning up until now. There are a couple things I still have left to do. I have to fill in the trench still. It's mostly filled in, but I have to finish that up and put the sod back in. I'm going to make this walkway a little more fancy, I guess. I'm going to extend the patio all the way out to the hot tub, and maybe I'll make a video of that when I do it. I'm not sure, but it's not going to be part of this video. For now, I have a temporary walkway that's going to work fine. We are really enjoying this Artesian Captiva. It's beautiful. And this lifter, my wife can do it no problem. She can open the lid, no problem. Even my kids can do it. They're 10 and 12. And we've been in this thing every single night since we've gotten it. It's been about 7 or 8 days now, and we are loving it. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel. You'll get lots of random videos, some tech stuff, and some yard work stuff, bamboo, things like that. Pretty boring.